Hey everybody, been a while. I wanted to talk about the the draft that happened these past few days. I'm at work here. I had to work this weekend, so I'm here on a Sunday. What's up with that? They better not pull this crap on me during the season, because I'm gonna be pissed off. But I wanted to give props to our guys, Jackson Hawes and Zeke Biggers, for getting drafted in the 5th and 7th rounds, respectively. This is obviously a good thing for Georgia Tech because we haven't had, we didn't have a single player drafted last year off our team, and the year before, I can't remember, we may have had one. So it's been rough. Like, if you're looking at Georgia Tech, like in NCAA terms, our pro potential that the recruits are looking for, it would be like a D, or it would be like the lowest grade, because our pro potential lately has been freaking terrible. We haven't been putting players in the draft, so it's good to see us start doing that. And at the two positions where you would not expect it, it seems, because tight ends, well, we had no tight ends, thanks to the triple option. So that position has been had to be completely rebuilt from the ground up. And they've done a hell of a job. Now, it's not like a catching tight end. That's not what our tight ends do. They're basically blocking tight ends. But, those are good assets. And Jackson Hawes and the rest of our tight ends, for that matter, are beasts when it comes to blocking. So I expect that trend to continue. We'll have, Seether graduating next year. And we got several guys that are really stepping up at the tight end position that are very helpful in the blocking game. So it's just funny because that was such a weak position for so long. Well, non-existent. And then under Jeff Collins, obviously, every position group was weak, but, tight end was just something that, was we had nothing. And so for guys to be getting drafted, and then in the 5th round, too, he went in the dang same round as Shedeur Sanders. So I was stoked to see that. I was stoked to see Jackson Hawes. I hope he does well on the Bills. And then Zeke Biggers, what can I say about him, man? He's a tried and true Tech man. He's been here. He was recruited by Collins, and he's been here for years and never transferred. He's seen coaches and players come and go, and stuck through us throughout all of it, throughout his entire college career. I think there's something to be said for that. He's a good player, a good D lineman. God dang it, we're going to miss him. I didn't realize it was his last year, but, now that I think about it, it makes sense because he's been here a long time. And he's been great for us, and I'm glad that he got drafted in the 7th round by the Dolphins. So it's funny because tight end, has been weak for us until this year and last year. Really, tight ends have been non-existent, and D-line is our position that we have really struggled at. A couple years ago, I think it was 2 cycles ago, we had the entire D-line leave. 2 guys stayed. It was Biggers and Yanjuan. And we have not recovered from that since then. So to be putting a D lineman in the draft is kind of funny for where we are with that position group. And we're going to miss him for sure. We still struggle. We're still going to be struggling with depth on the D line this year. It's just hard to recover from that. It's going to take a few cycles. So We did get a couple transfers, which maybe I'll talk about in another video. But this one's about Zeke Biggers and Halls, and I'm happy, and how happy I am to see guys get freaking drafted. We really needed to start getting guys drafted. It's been something that I've talked about as being very important, because we need to, start our reputation. We're going to start taking football seriously. We need to get dang guys drafted. That's, all the top players, all the freaking high recruits, they want to be drafted. We need to show that we can do that. It's very important. So, not only that, but, you have a prestigious degree from Georgia Tech. It would be, you get drafted and you have a prestigious degree. So, that's a double whammy we could be having, but we got to start putting these guys in the draft, and god dang, not getting them. What's killing us also is having these guys transfer out and then get drafted. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs transfers out, goes in the first round. Kyle Kennard, he got drafted in the second, third, or fourth round or something this year. We need those guys to, stay home. I know it's rough. I mean, Singleton, he'll probably get drafted. Of course, we replace him with Eric Rivers, but, we got to keep these guys home. We can't have them stay for 2-3 years at Tech and leave and get drafted. That's killing us. Think of the drafts we could have under our belt if they had just stayed. Jahmyr Gibbs was a first rounder. Kyle Kennard went high. I mean, Kyle Kennard was one of the hottest D linemen in the country this year. So I don't know. It's something that's very important. We got to keep these guys home. I hate seeing our most talented players leave. God dang, Nate McCullum, if he had stayed, he would have, he could have made a name for himself a little better than what he did. He's completely irrelevant now, but, losing these guys to the transfer portal is killing us. And I know it's like they're demanding more and more money. Dang, Tennessee just let Nico go. It's like they're demanding more money than they're worth. But you got to think, too, it's like, you retain them and they stick around and get drafted. That just makes your new recruits want to come to your school. We got to get them drafted. So I don't know. It's very hard to do in today's landscape. We land, a huge recruit, and they might not be here in a year or two. So it's just what you got to deal with. But I am glad to see that, we're getting on the board here a little bit with the draft situation. So hopefully it can continue. We'll have some seniors next year this upcoming year should be pretty important for getting several guys drafted, several seniors, Haynes King namely, and a few others that'll have been here for a long time, like Rutherford and stuff. That hopefully we can continue this trend of our guys getting drafted. So I just wanted to talk about that, stress the importance of it, and it's good progress. 2 guys in the draft, though, not where you want to be if you want to, be a serious contender, but obviously we've gone through quite a bit getting here, so it's a good, first step. So that's all I got to say about the draft, Georgia Tech draft in 2025. So go Jackets, and I'll see y'all next time.